Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and settle down yourself. So let me get connected with our other network, and once we connect with other students, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear with this practice. So, especially when it comes to meditation and learning something, or when it comes to development of our wisdom or the growth, one of the major important thing we have to develop in us is openness. So without having open mind, we can't develop ourselves. We can't gain wisdom. We can't reach to the liberation. So then at the same time, we have to look why this is become very difficult to open the mind. Where it close? Why it close? So today we are going to take some few minutes to understand about this, because it is very important for us, especially when it comes to practice meditation. Rather than gaining something, rather than achieving to something, rather than trying to look for what we're going to experience within ourselves, having open mind and observing and allowing this experience to be in the moment is the skill. But even though we know this open mind is important, when it comes to ourselves, it is very difficult for us to open the mind. Even for little conventional reasons. Always we are going to hold it to something. So because of that, what happens? This closed mind. So we are going to talk about why we have this the closed mind, and at the same time we need to know when you have a closed mind, what happens. So one of the important things, when it comes to this human world, from the ancient time to today, generations to generations, through civilizations to civilizations, people always had few questions. There are three big questions. And out of this, all the religions, philosophy, and the lifestyle, it's everything. These three questions always here and there. So one is, we have always a question about what is real. So when it comes to this moment and what we experience in the moment, we can see it, we can touch it, we can feel it, but at the same time, within another few years, anything not going to be like this. This all going to change. So then, if it is real, how it is possible to change? Because it is not a one-time overnight suddenly change. It is a process. So in this very moment, from beginning to now, these few minutes, what we experience, it look like the same, but it deeply already changed. So in this very moment, whatever you recognize, you can't name it as real. So then what is real? And out of our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and whatever we perceive, we depend on that. Is it real? So as you know, whatever the colors, whatever the sound, and there are a lot of things missing around us. There are a lot of things in front of us that we can't see. Maybe if there is an animal, they can see it. And there are many other sounds around us, but we can't hear it. So then if we take this moment as real, how about that what we don't experience and what is the beyond that our level? So where it belongs. And then at the same time, if we go into our inner capacity to the mind, and as you know, that even regarding our own life, whatever we experience or whatever we memorize or whatever we understood, in this very moment, it is not there. So then in this very moment, whatever in your mind or the consciousness, if you take it as real, how about that all other things, maybe within another few moments, something else come to your mind. Maybe somebody can ask, oh, what you did last week, Sunday. And maybe you don't remember exactly. And then, so if you claim that whatever real according to the moment of memory, how about within another few minutes, maybe you suddenly remember, oh, I did that. So then what happened to this moment of mind? It changed. So that is one question always, what is real? So that's why out of this meditation, so one of the important things, you have to come to a point to have a very undisturbed tranquility mind. Because from this point, we are capable to experience something. If the mind itself disturbed, how about out of that disturbed mind, we going to recognize something? Or whatever we recognize is also not going to become clear. So that is one thing. And other question is, even though we reach to something, how we know it is real? Because if we come with this whole, each and everyone come to a place and start to talk about something according to the person, that person according to the memory, according to the capacity of understanding, that the people have different point of view. So then if I think this is what I think and this is real, then whatever you think, I have to give the same opportunity for you to believe it as real. So then how about just imagine 10, 20 people come together. What will happen? I no need to explain about it. It's going to become a big argument. So then imagine the generations to generations, million people. If they go through that idea of this reality, each and everyone from different directions bring different opinions. So today we are in the middle of chaos. In the reality chaos. Because sometimes that when we hold it to our point of view, and with that, what we experience, maybe we take it as reality, and sometimes the illusion itself we take as reality. So then, how are we going to recognize this is real? So that's why you have to have ability to be in the present moment with the clear mind. So that's why through this practice, little by little, you develop that ability. And there are two things when experience and reasoning. These two will take you little by little deeper into understand when something comes to you, that how it is real. That's why when it comes to the Vipassana level, you use all the critical, analytical understanding from each and every angle to look, is this real? Why? Because remember that your mind has so much strong energy to keep you in an illusion. Why it happened? Because it has a history. That's why we will used to live in this history. And again and again, generations to generations. As human being, one of the major mistake we have done, remember this very carefully. If you want to write it down and put it with the very big capital letters, we misunderstood our true nature. We misunderstood. Look at the human history. Million people died because of someone else misunderstanding. And especially when it comes to religions, and million people fight each other, and still it keep going around the world. It's not about the color problem. It's not about the gender problem. It's not about the nations. Those are, it's not that much big. But when it comes to religion, remember, it's going to become like a hell. All the religions people believe to go to more better place, or to maybe the heaven or the liberation or something like that. But when it comes to argument or the two believing system together, that is where create the hell. Why? Because we misunderstood our own truth. How it is possible? Look at, we are in this 2023. People went through science, technology, machines, and experiments, and in many things. But still, it is very difficult to get into what is truth. So that's why then you have to look into yourself and see what you experience, or what you keep going, or what you keep doing. Even just for you even very deeply, very, bottom level of your own life, personal life, just look sometimes, whatever you have done, where it is now. It's all kind of like sometimes mirage. It's all kind of like a drama. This happened inside our own head. It's very difficult for all of us to get out of that illusion. So that's why practicing it, because just by thinking, using the same illusion, we can't get out of it. That's why in the very first level, we have to have open mind. Another thing is, sometimes there is an argument. So this is what we experience, and you and me all experience the same kind of things. Then what's the point you understanding something as real? Because other people maybe get mad about it. If you come with something, hey, you are in illusion, this is real, they get mad. So then what's the point? Understanding this what is truth. This also have a kind of like a argument, and this question keep coming. Just imagine yourself. Because everybody see something there, and everybody take this as real or the truth. And if you come with something, then everybody will say you are crazy. So then what's the point? So you have to look into that. It's not just, every day you just a little bit practice meditation or kind of like that. Because in case if you attain to enlightenment, maybe if you find some truth a little bit, are you ready to accept it? Because the thing is this, sometimes we look for the truth. When it appears in front of us, we have no strength, we have no courage, we have no energy to accept it. That is something. So that's why. And when you little by little practice yourself, bring the clarity to you. So out of that clarity, and you will recognize it's just walking in the dark million years, not worth, but just in the light. If you can settle down 1 minute, it's worthwhile. So that's why you need this open mind. So anyway, the people have different answer for these 3 questions, but it is yourself have open mind, and maybe you can't come with a very clear answer, but still, rather than look for that, if you have the open mind, you will see the answers. So that is one thing. So then let's go to see why this mind always close. Why it is that always hold it to something. So the mind always governed by aversion, because we have a history, and through from the childhood to today, we nourish through informations and through many ways, from parents, culture, nations, traditions, spirituality, philosophy, and many ideas. So somehow we already cultured through informations. So that information's already in you right now, right here. So then what happened? When you start to do something, when you come with your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, what happens? That your cultured mind start to bring aversion. Another way, you have ideas, because you don't have a kind of like very free, open-minded. So that's why we look into this, why we are here like this. So when the aversion mind become aggressive towards your next moment, tomorrow, or you regarding your own life, towards your future, when the aversion mind become aggressive, as a result of that, you gain anger. So when you have open mind, you don't have aversion. You're ready to accept anything as it is. So that when you come to meditation, if you have hopes, dreams, goals, that's mean what? That's mean you have a aversion mind. But you get out of that all, you just observe in the present moment things as it is. You don't have a aversion. And if it is an inhalation, you recognize it. Exhalation, you recognize it. So like that, you go with that. You go with whatever happened. In front of you, somebody come and blame, you accept it. In somebody come and perish you, somebody come and appreciate you, you accept it. Because you don't put your aversion towards something, and you ready to accept things as it is. But when you have an aversion, if the desires come out of that, and if the aversion become aggressive, and you're going to get angry. It doesn't matter good or bad or right or wrong or whatever, you're going to end up with the anger. Another thing is, if the aversion become kind of like a retreat. You have a aversion, but it can't go towards it. You can't fulfill that aversion. That and you can't bring the exactly the same way that you want. So that is where the fear arises. Aversion, retreat, fear. Aversion, aggressive, anger. So another thing is, when you have aversion, and if you have fear to lose that, and then the fear arises. And so that means whatever the attach, if there is a kind of like a situation, we have to lose that attachment, fear arises. And when we have this conditioned mind, and what we don't want, and when it start to come towards us, that's also the fear arises. That's mean the resistance. Fear arises. And then other thing is discomfort. Because the joy, satisfaction, this is mesmerize our life. But when you are so into joy and the pleasure, satisfaction, you have deeply, this nerve system have deeper fear to lose that. That's mean pain. So deeply we have fear for the pain, but it is inevitable. So as you know, in life, this physical body have to go through pain. And not only that, the mental condition has to go through pain. No choice. But still, we are already pampered our life. Empathize, sympathize ourselves, our feelings, and we hold it to good feelings and all the nice things, and we memorize and repeat again and again and again. It creates the fear inside you. Why? Because you have fear to lose this all. And another way, for the newness, we have fear. So that fear, that resistance, close our mind. That itself is the kind of like a barrier, blockages to open our mind. But as you know, when it comes to meditation, and you come to accept things as it is, and then observing the sensation and observing the pain even. Not just the inhalation, completely you go to whatever the pain, wherever you go and you observe, and it takes you to liberation. But the thing is, in conventional life, we always hold it to good feelings, nice feelings, happy feelings. And that come out of, and more and more and more happiness and attachment, the greediness come out of deeper inherent fear. So then simply to have an open mind, don't afraid. Whatever happen. But it's not easy. Just look into your own life, a very conventional life in day to day. Can you accept? You went through life, you all are matured, you know what is life. And you know that things suddenly happened and you never thought it will happen to you. And you never planned to be like this today, that whatever the life that you go through, but it is there for you now. But how about tomorrow? Can you accept whatever it is there? No, mind come with aversions. No, it should be like this, should be like this. So that is where fear creates. And when the aversion becomes stronger, 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 and the resistance becomes stronger, 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 you have closed mind. So it is just not only today, remember, through the samsaric journey, eons by eons, rather than opening path, we all used to walk, closing our mind, closing, 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 closing. See how many layers now. How many layers when it comes to fear? Just take a little bit, just how many layers you covered with the fear. Just a simple, very simple thing. Just imagine tomorrow you become empty pocket, one fear, one layer, and you get sick, one layer. Your loved ones reject you, one layer. Just, you can go with that, and then you will say, how many layers we hold. So when you close your eyes, does anything happen except to that? Can you do that? Because this open mind doesn't mean it's a kind of like a linguistic magic. It's not like that. It's an experience. It's a reasoning and analytical wisdom you have to have open mind. So then when you close your eyes, whatever happened to other things or the people around you, your life, even, see, that's why Prince Siddhartha, when he sat under the Bodhi tree, and what he thought, even my body, separate to pieces. I'm not going to give up this time, until I attain to liberation. I'm going to go in this path. So but how about you sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? You can't do like that way. But you have to remember, at least for 5 minutes, develop a skill not to hold it to anything, to your personal things, or your own desires, or even the outside things, or like that. Just 5 minutes, let open your heart, let open your mind, let open your life, let open your everything to whatever happen, and you ready to accept as it is. And to do that, you have to have the courage, because when you open your eyes, maybe things go on. No, there are some people now, they can't, turn off the cell phone now. They can't, they get panic. They get disappointed. TV doesn't work, cable box doesn't work. They can't understand what's happening, something wrong. So it's like that. So then yourself, always, maybe we clinging to things or the other people around us, and always we can't sometimes, get out of our mind. And we always keep putting things inside, and in that memory, we pampering our life, and we feel so good with it. That goodness is itself your fear. So learn to accept the pain Because remember what the Buddha taught, life itself suffering, and this everything, by the time this everything going to go away. This everything going to go away. Now just try to absorb it before it happens. That's why you need open mind, rather than holding to clinging to things, grasping to things, because that is what we used to do. Now you releasing, releasing, releasing. And then you come to a moment, in this very moment, this everything gone. Just moment of awareness is there with you. Other everything already gone, not belong to you. And try to absorb it. Then you will see the strength, the clarity, the understanding, the wisdom, how it arises from you. Because otherwise fear not allow you to reach to wisdom. Not only you look at the world, look at the human history. People don't allow you to reach to truth. It's generations to generations. It builds like a cult. Truth, they hurt. They hate the truth. If you recognize truth, maybe a lot of people come around you and try to kill you. Look at the human history. Most of the philosophers, great thinkers, spiritual leaders, how many times people try to kill them, and how many died? Not because natural death. How many died? Because other people killed them. Because truth, people can't digest. Why? Because this fear is so strong that we hold it to this fear. We don't see that because we are so comfortable with it. So that's why practicing meditation give you opportunity, little by little, little by little, melt that strong layers of fear and release you and open your heart to the moment, not towards the truth. Don't think like, oh, you are opening to something. No, no, no. You just open to the moment. That's it. Don't look for truth, because then you're going to tangle with that questions, what is real? Then you can't, and then you will come with the, how I know this is real. So then the questions, and at the point, only me understand this like that. So don't look what is truth. No, you just open, completely open, surrender, and ready to accept. In that very moment, you will see something which you never saw yet. It's like, just imagine before this, smartphones or the cell phone, telephone. Before that, people didn't believe that there is something will happen like this. And I remember when the very first time when the electricity come to, our temple. Oh, that night was a kind of like, because we used to, light lamps and stay so dark most of the time. But when the light came everywhere, we used to run here and there. We never believed, and was thinking how this is possible. What is this? But before that, we never experienced that. Just imagine all these fast, vehicles. Before it come, people didn't believe it. And all these TVs, internet, computers, just imagine before these things come, what people thought about. No, they have no idea about it. And this internet, you always used to be wiring and connecting, hard wiring, but now wireless. How this is possible? Before this happened, we had never idea about it. But now it is there. Now it's kind of like a normal. So the truth the same. Truth the same. Before it happens, if you think about it, you will never understand it. But the Buddha is the one who came to that point and found out it and explain it in a way how you can reach to that beyond these layers of attachment. So very single thing, not think about the Buddha or the Dhamma or the Sangha or the truth or the whatever. You don't need to focus to that. Just focus to the moment of your experience. And rather than just attach to that or clinging to that experience, reasoning analytically and try to investigate and understand to the depth without interfering to it, observing like the watchman, the security guard. You observe without interfering. So in that way you will see. In a certain level, you will get out of the aversion. It should be like this. It should be like this. You will slowly get out of it. When the mind get out of the aversion and there is no aggressive mind or retreat mind, and it come to kind of like a parallel. And it's kind of like equanimity. And that is where no anger, no fear. So in the middle of that, with the equanimity, you come to calmness, tranquility state. But it is not this conventional level of joy, happiness, or satisfaction. It is something else. Because if it is go that way, remember, it come out of fear. It nourished the fear. But it is not that. Equanimity give you blissfulness, bliss. And another way, it's kind of like a complete fullness. When something full, you can't name it as happy. When something come to complete, you can't name it as a joy. So when the equanimity develop and when the mind come out of aversion, you come to the completion. So that is where you become completely open and ready to accept the newness. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. Bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Supateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamnehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jaya vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.